Fish don't have penises. Anyway. Goldfish, woman is a devil. Radio Dead Air. Hunter Davis with his version of Baby Got Back. Yeah, the Cartoon Network tribute to all the stuff that's come before. It's gotten smaller and smaller and smaller as the years have gone by. We had Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Relax, started. New York Groove, Ace Frehley. We had the new What the Fuck Is Wrong With You. Okay, so apparently I have been told by the women people that the ticketing thing has been fixed. And now instead of 3 weeks from now, I'm going to New York in 2 weeks. I've learned not to ask questions. It's simpler for everyone. I won't ask. Okay, so they fixed it, and I'm, yeah. So, Radio Air live. What the fuck is wrong with you? Coming up in about an hour. We have your requests, more stuff coming. Couple things I want to talk about tonight. If you're a longtime Star Wars fan, you will know that Wikipedia, which is the official Star Wars Wikipedia. Yes, it's called Wikipedia, if we're not aware of this. Wikipedia covers all of Star Wars. And it is ridiculously obsessive. I mean, you remember the cantina scene in Star Wars? Yeah. Every single person in that scene has a wiki entry with tons and tons of long entries about just what exactly that character has done in the whole series. I'm not even kidding. It is ridiculous how expansive it is. If you saw, like, you remember that little guy with the cup who, you know, little squeaky, I can't do the squeaky, little short little bastard going up to the bar to get the little thing. He's got a story somewhere. He's been in a comic book, or he's got a backstory, he's got a history. All that shit, he's in there. But today, Rob over at Topless Robot, in association with Film Drunk, discovered something. He discovered the one thing that will never, ever be referenced in Wikipedia. It is this. You look really closely at Carrie Fisher's finger there. I'll bring it up on the big screen. Maybe you can see it a little better. Look very, very closely at Carrie Fisher's finger. She has a elongated fingernail. Why does she have this? Well, back in the 80s, back in the olden days, it's a habit to grow one fingernail. I don't know if the kids do the kids still do that these days? I don't fucking know. You grow one fingernail exceptionally long, and you scoop cocaine with it, and you toot it. Princess Leia has a coke nail. And you would think, in all of the changes they made to Star Wars, all of the digital reanimations and edits, and put in fucking Jawas and shit, and, you know, Ewoks and all this crap everywhere, and fucking Jar Jar, and Boba Fett's where he's not supposed to be, and, you know, Jabba the Hutt, all the special edition shit they did. Nobody erased the fucking coke nail. Of all the fucking things, that was the one thing they didn't fix. So yeah. That was, and that astonishes me because, yeah, the people in the channel are going, is that canon now? I know someone watching this, one of the many potential Star Wars fans, who also frequents Wikipedia is going, well, okay, maybe the House of Alderaan, maybe it was a style that all the royalty of House of Alderaan wore their fingernail long, and it was considered maybe a type of combat maneuver. They would attack with the fingernail. Maybe that's how it worked or something. And someone is writing this entry as we speak. All because Carrie Fisher. Other interesting news I found out. This one's gonna go back a ways. I don't know if you are familiar with J. Michael Straczynski. He is the guy who pretty much is the mind behind Babylon 5. He's done some other projects. He was done some not nice things on Spider-Man. And I'm not even talking about the Mephisto shit. I'm talking about turning Peter into a giant spider and dying and stuff. And well, before he did any of that, he worked on a television show you may not have heard of at all. For a reason. It was meant to be one of yet another stupid toy advertisement shows. Captain Power and the Soldiers. It was meant to be a silly little show to plug toys, and it had a neat gimmick. The toys would register. They had the laser effects, and you could shoot them at each other, and they would register the hits. But also, the television show had little light sensors, and you could shoot at the light sensors and score points, but while watching the show. And you'd think, well, that's got to be an awful fucking show because it sounds like it's so fucking gimmicky. And it wasn't. J. Michael Straczynski was pretty much given a shit sandwich, but instead of taking a big bite, he made fertilizer. I think that analogy got away. Anyway, he wrote the one season that he had for the television show. He wrote interesting characters and depth and arcs, and it was still for kids, but it was interesting. And at the very end of it, that first season, one of the main characters died. Like, fucking murdered and shit. That's not supposed to happen on a kid show. What? But the show ended on a cliffhanger. Some people, because they were not given a second season, because the toys not doing so great. Mainly because I had some of the toys myself. They were shit quality. They really were. Oh, the laser gun shit, that all worked just fine. But the action figures themselves, really shit quality. Really shit quality. Oh, they held up fine. They're just badly made. They're ugly and they have bits hanging off of them. And so, why am I telling you about this? Well, because rumor has come down the line that of all the things they're rebooting, they're actually taking the one thing that was pretty good and potentially they might be remaking it. I actually have no problem with this because I really think the show didn't get a fair shake. And I'd like to see it played out to its inevitable conclusion. I'd like to see it get finished. So we'll see if that happens. But and I don't know. Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know if Straczynski is involved in it. That's the other thing. It's just a rumor right now. It's come down the pipeline, but considering the fact they're making fucking Manimal, then this, if you're going to use the awful, horrible power of remaking for something do it for this. Do it for this.